And welcome back. The Unforgiveness Detox is a book showing people how they can remove the negativity, darkness, and poisonous feelings of unforgiveness and start to embrace their freedom, positivity, and abundance forgiveness will inevitably give them. And joining us now, we've got more. It's from the author of The Unforgiveness Detox and spiritual coach, Latoya Shea. And Latoya, glad to have you with us. And when we talk about unforgiveness, I mean, there's so many people out there that walk around day to day harboring resentment and anger, but here it is that you're helping people through with this whole unforgiveness. Talk to me about how you got here.
Oh, wow. First of all, thank you so much for having me. And it's been a journey. I've been on my own since I was 13. So, as you can imagine, I've been through a lot and overcome all of them. And one thing that I found was constant was the need to forgive others. And I realized real soon I had to survive that had I not let people go, forgive them, not just let them go, forgive them, um, I wouldn't have progressed the way that I did. And I find that in many of my clients as well who are struggling to heal from trauma.
Trauma's huge, and I think many people mask it. They go to work with it, they live with it, they deal with it on a daily basis, and sometimes it comes out in the worst ways. But what are you recommending when it comes to finding peace in that trauma and peace so that way you don't have to walk in unforgiveness? What do you recommend?
Well, there are several steps, but the first one is to acknowledge there has to be a point where you are completely honest with yourself and really aren't afraid of feeling, because many people mask because they're scared of the hurt that they'll feel, and they're scared of what they'll find when they search in and find themselves. So the first thing is to be honest with yourself, and really assess what happened.
Yeah. And after you assess what happens, honestly, there has to be some work that's done. That's where you come in, right? And I think that
Yeah.
you help people. So you help people, but you've also had your own life experiences. So talk to me a little bit about how the life experiences have helped you to where you are today, that you'd actually be this like spiritual life coach.
So I was born in Jamaica to a teenage mom, and so my grandmother took the role of mother, and unfortunately she got blind, and I was homeless at 13, and I had to figure a lot of things out on my own, and I was raised very sheltered. So life had a lot in store for me, and but fortunately, along the way, there were many miracles, many blessings, many people who were also put in place to help me through. So. Um, yeah, I can't even stress how important forgiveness is, how important it is to heal, because otherwise you can't grow spiritually, and we are all spirit beings, but that's a different topic for a different day. But you can't really advance to that person that you were created to be unless you let go of all the baggages.
Yeah. And so for somebody that's out there and they're considering really like, trying to start anew, what do you tell them?
Well, it depends on where they are. And I've first tried to find out why are they trying to start and what are they hoping to accomplish, because that will tell us a lot of where they've been. And there are several steps that I go through. I have several free resources on my website that people could check out at latoyashea.com. Or I lay out all the steps in this book. I make it really small so it's not like overwhelming, so people can actually go through. It's very, very practical. I try to, I'm a no fluff person. And so I took out all the fluff and put steps, practical, applicable steps in place that will help you along the way to just unveil the super awesome you, and just live your life in the best light.
When you talk about unforgiveness, obviously it is something that a lot of people still struggle with. What was it for you that got you to the place of, your journey to the place where you said, "Listen, I can get to this now."
I've experienced every form of abuse that you can think of, and yet still, I'm always this jovial person, and people are always attracted to me. But as soon as I overcame one thing, it was another, and I kept stumbling into um, people who weren't the best expression of humanity, and so it became overwhelming for me, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, and so I had to go back to the beginning and resolve everything so I can live free. And one other thing that I noticed on the way that got me here was that, like I said before, people were attracted to me, and that's how I found it was my purpose. Because as I was healing and going along, I was meeting people who were going through the same things, or who are going through things that I've already, triumphed over, and I was able to help them by showing them how I did it.
Lachey, I want to get people connected to the book. So, again, tell people about the book and where they can get it.
So the Unforgiveness Detox, today's the last day, actually ends tomorrow morning, of a 99 cents ebook special I have on Amazon, but it's anywhere where books are sold. The Unforgiveness Detox, you could get it in stores, or you could go on my website, latoyashea.com, LATOYASHEA.com, and you'll find that and many more free stuff that will help you on your journey.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us. I think there's a lot that you can really offer, and that you have offered really to us today in the area of unforgiveness and finding peace and God and the whole 9 yards. What has
Yes.
been the best part of this whole journey for you?
Of finding God by far. It's like more than this, when it's not religion and all of these institutionalized or ideas of who he is, just having a real personal relationship with him. It's like mind blowing. I can't even find the words for it. So that's the most amazing part. I can't believe that I was existing without him,
Wow.
really.
Well, Latoya, thank you so much for being with us. I know you've got some great success. Congratulations on the book, the work that you're doing, helping people get through this thing, because there are so many people out there, as I started off the segment talking about, that really deal with unforgiveness. But you have the opportunity to help people through. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for being with
Thank,
us.
thank you so much. Have a good one.
All righty, now I want you to know, if you want more information, we encourage you, visit the website, latoyashea.com, and then follow her on Facebook at Latoya Shea. We encourage you, don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more Open right after this.